Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. We are back here with a very special The Hunter Call the Wild video. Just earlier today, EW announced the brand new map coming to The Hunter Call the Wild, New England Mountains. Now, before we get into the update and what it all has to offer, let's take a look at the teaser trailer.
You never get tired of that view. With the colors of the autumn leaves and the Appalachian Mountains. There's no other place quite like it. Welcome to New England Mountains.
Before we fully get into talking about the brand new update and how amazing it should be, I just want to say that the footage that you are watching right now is from the EW live stream done earlier today. So let's get into the top things that this update is going to bring to the Hunter Call the Wild. And possibly my favorite, the brand new Great One Moose. Now, this has been very highly requested throughout the community. Honestly, I could not be happier about this. And Jaxie Beard also mentioned that he says there should at least be 5 different fur variants for the Moose Great One, which is absolutely crazy and so exciting. I just can't wait to see the first images and everything like that. It's going to be so cool. And I've wanted a Moose Great One for a while. One of the coolest animals, in my opinion, in the entire game. So to get a Great One is just absolutely insane. So, moving on to the next part, which is absolutely insane. They're going to be backfilling every single map besides Raventuli Coast. This means they're adding at least one species to every single map to make it more enjoyable to play. So, starting off with Leighton Lakes, they are planning to add turkeys. Now, he did not mention what type of turkeys. I'm assuming Merriam turkeys, but either way, it will be absolutely insane. Now, Hirschfelden. They are planning to add ringneck pheasants to Hirschfelden. I think this will be very different considering how thick the map is. It'll either be one of the most fun things to do in the game, or something that nobody really does. But either way, very, very exciting. Now, moving on to Medved Tiger. Actually, one of my personal favorite maps. I'm a big fan of it. They are adding Grey Wolves and Capercaillie. Now, honestly, I was not expecting either of these to be said. I was hoping more for something like an Arctic hare or an Arctic fox. But either way, Grey Wolves are cool. I don't really know what they have to do with Medved Tiger or anything like that, but they are really cool still. So I'm not mad about that at all. And the Capercaillie, honestly, was very surprising to me. Was not expecting Capercaillie at all. But I think it'll be really fun to hunt. It will bring a lot more love to Medved because it's one of my favorite maps in the entire game. I think the lack of animals is one of the reasons that it is not so played. But with the new addition of 2 more species, that will be absolutely amazing for the game, and I can't wait. Now, moving over to Virhonga Savannah, they are adding the Greater Kudu. Now, I've always wanted to see these in Call of the Wild. I think it'd be absolutely great. But Jaxie Beard did originally say Greater Kudu, but then I think he said something about maybe something else. So, I'd say they're about 90% confirmed. Either way, they'll be absolutely amazing. And moving over to Parque Fernando, they are going to be adding, Jaxie Beard said, collared peccary. Now, I'm not really sure why collared peccary, but I'm not really going to complain. But then he also mentioned maybe green wing teal, unless maybe he made a mistake. But I'm pretty sure it is just collared peccary. Once again, I could be wrong. So yeah, moving over to Yukon Valley, they're going to be adding Canada Goose. Now, honestly, I don't really think Yukon needs Canada Geese. I would have preferred to see something more along the lines of a black-tailed deer or another cool deer species. But Canada Goose are alright too. They're kind of already on Hirschfeld and Raventuli Coast. But I'm not really going to complain with some more maps to hunt Canada Goose. Now, moving to Cuatro Colinas, once again, they said that they were going to add ringneck pheasants. Personally, I don't think all these maps really need ringneck pheasants. But, I mean, another spot to find more trophies isn't always terrible. Just really was the last thing I was expecting. Now, moving over to Silver Ridge Peaks, they're going to be adding black-tailed deer. Some people are on the edge about this. I don't think they necessarily belong in Silver Ridge Peaks based off of where they are in Colorado. But honestly, I could not be happier. I've always wanted blacktail on another map. I love hunting blacktail, but they are absolutely terrible to hunt on Layton Lakes. I just can't seem to find any blacktail. They're all in awful spots to hunt, in my opinion. This could just be my opinion. But, yeah, blacktail and SRP, absolutely amazing. Definitely my favorite thing that they're adding for sure. Now, moving over to Te Awaroa or New Zealand, they are adding mallards. I think this is a great addition to the New Zealand map. It really needed some sort of waterfowl. It does have turkey, but I think it's something cooler about like ducks. Honestly, something that I wasn't expecting once again, but really, really cool. Now, moving over to Rancho del Arroyo, they are adding pronghorn. Now, at first, I didn't know how I feel about this, but I love the way pronghorn look, and I think they're very, very cool. So, I'm definitely not going to complain about another area to hunt pronghorns in the slightest. Now, moving over to Mississippi Acres Preserve. They are adding green winged teal. Now, personally, I don't think Mississippi needs another small game. I would love to see Mississippi have another bigger game animal. I'm not necessarily sure what really happens in Mississippi in real life. But I think it would be cool to see less small game and more like whitetail, black bear, stuff like that. To really make the time of Mississippi a little bit more fun. So that's going to do it for the backfilling of maps. Honestly, I think it's kind of cool. Some maps I don't think need it. But some maps like Medved Tiger and some other maps could use it. Now, moving on to another great thing. They are going to be adding new gun wraps that you can purchase from the in-game store to put on your weapons. This right here is what it looks like, kind of, the base of it. I think this will be absolutely amazing. A great way to spend your cash, considering after you have everything, it's kind of useless. And that's just so cool to me. There are so many different customizable options and everything like that it would just be an absolute great addition. Never really thought of that, but I think it's a great idea, and I'll definitely be purchasing a lot of them. I believe there's one for every single rifle. I'm not sure about bows, handguns, or shotguns. Once again, I could be wrong, but I believe it's only for rifles. Either way, still absolutely amazing and really cool. And let's just take a moment to realize how great these lookout towers look. I think they look pretty good. Definitely my favorite lookout tower, like, bases in the entire game. Because I know each map has different ones, but I like this style. So, now, something else which is kind of interesting is they're going to have Moose be able to go aggressive. Now, I don't really know how I feel about this. Honestly, I think it'll be something like the Caper Kaylee where it hardly ever happens, but it'll be very cool if it does. And what would be cooler than being attacked by a Great One Moose? That would just be so incredibly cool. That would just be insane. I'd love that so much. But something that would also be cool, in my opinion, is maybe adding a Moose multi-mount into the game with the new Great One Moose coming. They did not say anything about Moose multi-mounts or multi-mounts in general. I just think it would be amazing to see something like the Bare Necessities mount or something like that, or the Flea State, or something like that. Maybe even a Huddle Moose that could go on the biggest platforms. That would be absolutely insane. Either way, whatever they do will be great. I know that. And now I believe the last big point that they made would be for next gen consoles, they're going to be having 60 FPS gameplay. Now, personally, I don't play on a next gen console, but a next gen console would be a PS5 or a Xbox Series X. Like I said, not really a big deal to me at all, actually, could care less. But for those people that play on next-gen consoles, that will be, great for them. But I think for the most part, that is going to summarize the newest things coming with this update. I think this is going to be great. I've seen a little bit of mixed opinions on the new map, but personally, I think it's going to be great. Another top map, and I can't wait. And for what I know, there is actually no official release date. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.